All right, yo. Welcome back to the Highest Kites channel. I'm Days, and today we're going to be talking about Kratom. And you probably saw from the title why you should never take Kratom. And that's because I used to take it, and I have a pretty good story for y'all. Little front here. I recorded this video once, right? And I was rambling. I didn't have any set order for anything I was talking about, and I made it 23 minutes long for like 5 points, right? So I'm going to be condensing this a little bit more this time. First thing I want to talk about in this video is the pros, right? Because the title of this video is completely negative, right? So people out there, like, I want you to think, I don't think completely negatively of Kratom. It has some beneficial effects, right? It can benefit some people, but like not everyone. Not everyone, right? And we're going to get into that. First pro, basically it can help you curb more serious addictions, right? Like if you're addicted to like heavy opiates, because kratom, right, it's literally a plant derived opiate. So with that being said, there are opiates that can be beneficial, right, like methadone and like buprenorphine and naltrexone. Those are all ones that like help people get off of heroin, right, or get off of percocets, or get off of codeine, or get off of morphine, whatever they're on. You know, if you're addicted to an opiate, like those three things would help you get off. And I feel like kratom could be another one like that. Like it's safe, it's a good replacement. You can't really OD on it. Another pro that I wrote down for kratom is that it's used for like tribal ritualistic practices. Basically, kratom like was founded by people because of the fact that they were using it for tribal reasons, right? They were using it to connect to a deity or an entity that they believe in, right? And I can never see that as a negative, right? Like of course it's not good that they're using something to like, you can say that, right? You can say that like it's not good that they're using something to be able to connect with something that they believe in, but if it's not like they're taking it and seeing demons and trying to kill people, then why is it a bad thing? You know, like why is it a bad thing if you take kratom and you see Jesus and it makes you religious and makes you a better person, makes you want to go out into the world and be good, right? I can't see that as a negative, right? If you take it every so often, like at a fucking ritual campfire or whatever, why would that be a negative, right? Another pro is that like, and this is probably the most dangerous pro of it, right, is that it's so fun, right? That's what most drugs are. They're fun. That's why people do them, right? And it's a lot like alcohol in that aspect. It can be fun if it's not abused, right? And it's like, well, not just like alcohol, it's like most drugs. It can be fun if it's not abused, right? And there's different levels of drugs that like you can do them without abusing them. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's like weed, like it doesn't get abused as much. Like people smoke weed, but it's not like abuse worthy, you know? People abuse alcohol for sure. People die from drinking too much. People die from stopping drinking, you know? I'd say people abuse cocaine for sure, because there's people that take too much and die, of course, right? Like, and that's another thing with like kratom is like people can abuse it, but they're not going to die from it. People can abuse weed, they're not going to die from it. Like they're good, they have good aspects, you know, but like just because of the fact that you're not going to die isn't the only good aspect, right? Of course. And I feel like that's what people miss about kratom, what people miss about weed in general. You know, it's like I advocate for weed. I think weed's a good thing, right? Because it can be addictive, just like anything can. Cell phones can be addictive, you know, but overall, I think they're a good thing. Alcohol can be addictive. Overall, I think it's a bad thing, honestly, because what tribe do you know out there? What person do you know out there is using alcohol to connect to their God? What person out there do you think is using alcohol for good reasons and to be able to keep themselves a good person, keep themselves in check? Of course, there's people who just drink a beer every so often because they want to relax at home after work. That's fine. Yeah, it can be fun if it's not abused, just like pretty much any drug in this planet, you know. Um, anyway, we're gonna get to the cons here. The first reason I wanted to make this video is because there's plenty of other people who made videos like this advocating for not taking kratom, right? And I feel like my channel is the perfect channel for it. because I take substances, right? And the number one thing that people talk about with kratom, other than the addiction, right, is the drop in testosterone levels whenever you take it. If you ever seen Psych Substance's video talking about why he stopped taking kratom, it's a really good example of that. He gets into the fact that he like went to the doctor and got his T levels checked, and they were plummeting because of his kratom use. Right? Obviously, that's not a good thing if you're a male, right? Like, in order to stop that, he had to stop taking it and start taking like HRT, like testosterone replacement. So that's scary. I never went and got anything checked. I never got testosterone checked, so I might have been affected by that and not even have known. And that can be kind of scary because like I didn't even know that was a side effect when I was taking it until after I stopped taking it, right? And that's another con that I didn't even list on the list here. Is like they don't list the side effects of kratom under it. You know what I mean? Even at the dispensary, the weed dispensaries here in Washington, they tell you, hey, this weed can cause schizophrenia and psychosis in people who are susceptible to those things, right? If you're susceptible and if your family has a history of mental illnesses like that, you can get mental illnesses, or not get them, you can develop them quicker because of marijuana use, right? And they tell you that at dispensaries. They don't tell you what the fuck you're buying kratom for at a fucking smoke shop. They're just like, oh, I have some kratom. Would you like to buy it? You know? And you give them money and they give you the pack and it says it's a dietary supplement. Like they don't list anything most of the time, right? It's just another one of the cons I wanted to point out here is like the addiction aspect, and we talked about this already, right? But I want to hit the addiction at a new angle here and talk about the fact that people are like making extracts like 10 times and 100 times extracts of 7-O-mitragynine. I think it's 707 hydroxymitragynine is what it's called, but 7-O is what it's commonly called, right? People are abusing this more than kratom is getting abused, honestly, because kratom has good use to it, and it could like I said, it can help you curb an addiction. I feel like 7-O helps you form an addiction. It's like the opposite of kratom. Like you're getting rid of the good parts of kratom that like make somebody not want to take it, and you're literally extracting the fucking addictive part of the plant. That's like it's like taking opium and saying, "Oh, opium's fine because it's a plant." Let's take an extract. It's more that is morphine, bro. You're literally doing like a version of morphine or Percocets or something like that. You're taking away the one part that makes it addictive and strong. And of course, I know that's what they wanted to do, so they can make some money. That's the whole reason the companies did that, is so they can make money. But if they would have even like thought for a second and realized, like, if you went into a different industry, like I don't know, the cannabis industry, you'd get a lot more people on board, and you wouldn't have people coming at your necks, kind of like how people like Goblin have been. And I'm sure the DEA will be soon, right? Because this can't happen in America without the DEA coming in, right? They're gonna come in at some point and regulate this. And I don't know how the creators of 7-O didn't realize that. Like they're just pushing it out to everyone right now they can to get as much money as possible. Like they're gonna get some jail time for that. Like they're gonna get caught up in a DEA case. Like if they would have just went about it the right way and pushed 7-O as like a like I said, kind of like a methadone type of like heroin therapy, like opioid replacement type of therapy. If they would have like gone that method with 7-O or with kratom itself, like the DEA probably would have been more chill with it, and they would have been like more helpful. And these government agencies wouldn't be like ready to fucking pounce on you guys. But I don't know. I'm not the creator. I'm not the one who's making these decisions. I'm the one sitting here having to deal with them because I was taking the kratom. So we're just gonna get down this list here. The next con is that obviously it's easily accessible. Like I've been saying this whole video, you can just go to the fucking gas station and buy this 7-0. You can go to the gas station and buy kratom. You can go to any smoke shop. If you're going to buy a bong, right? Like they're gonna tempt you with some kratom that's gonna be right in front of your face. Like if you're a kratom user, you know what I mean, right? Like, or if you've gotten off of kratom like I had, you know what I mean, right? I'm still tempted to take kratom all the time, and it's fucking terrible that I have to go to like these smoke shops where I'm trying to buy a bong or I'm trying to buy something for like my marijuana stuff, and I have to see fucking kratom sitting there, and I'm like, man, I want to buy that. It's only $10, but like, you can't just walk up to the fucking grocery store if you're into cocaine. You can't just walk into the store and there's a cocaine aisle that you have to stare at. It's crazy. It's crazy to me that like it's so easily accessible to anyone and everyone, and that's what makes it so addictive, because you can keep buying it and keep buying it and keep buying it and keep buying it with no repercussions other than your health later on in life, which a lot of people don't care about. Let's be completely straight up and fair. A lot of people don't care about themselves, which, I mean, I'm not the one to tell them to care about themselves. I mean, if you're not going to care about yourself, I'm not going to be the one to convince you. Obviously, you have to care about yourself by yourself, because nobody else will. Another con with kratom, it's deadly with alcohol, right? So I kind of have a personal experience with this one, and I don't want to out people, so I'm not going to name any names. But I knew this person who got some kratom recently, and they're a pretty heavy drinker, I'd say, right? They drink regularly, like once a day, if not once every 2-3 days, right? So pretty regular. And they had no idea what kratom was. They knew it was like for helping pain and for managing stuff. That's what they heard. But they didn't hear anything about the fact that like if you take it with alcohol, it can really fuck you up. So thankfully they knew me and they told me, hey, I got this kratom stuff, like I heard you tried it, like what do you think about it? And they asked me, they wanted to hear my opinion, which I'm really glad they did, because if they didn't, they could have been really hurt, because these packages aren't saying the things that I'm saying here. These packages aren't saying, hey, if you consume this with alcohol, there's a big chance that you could like not wake up. They're not saying stuff like that. So I have to sit here and say it, which shouldn't be like that, man. It really shouldn't. It really shouldn't. People should be like more thoughtful of other human beings, like like I swear, if these creators even thought about it in the aspect of like their fucking future like kid down the bloodline, let's say their like grandson ends up trying this shit, right? Because he doesn't know what it is, and like, his grandpa didn't put the fucking thing on the package saying it's addictive, right? Like they're not doing that, right? Like it's gonna hit a little more close to home then, I'm sure, for them, if they're like someone in their family gets addicted to it, then they're gonna realize a bit more of like, oh, this is what I've fucking done, this is I've been unleashing onto the world, and it's I don't want that to have to happen for something to be done, something should be done already, like a preventive measure. But no, these companies think about the green and not about anything else, not about the emotions of the people taking them, not about the lives of everyone that's spending most of their days just walking down to the gas station to go buy a pill now because they fucking got addicted to this bullshit. So it's fucked up. It's a really fucked up world, man. If you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment about some other substances you'd like me to try. Like I've been thinking about Kana recently because that's completely, from what I've heard, completely non-addictive. I'm not gonna make claims like that. It's from what I've heard, it's completely non-addictive, but I'm not gonna 100% make claims like that. So do not take my word for that, okay? I want to do more research on it, and I want to take it for a video so that I can show y'all what it is and what it's like, what it's compared to, what it is, where it's from, everything, right? Um, and I've been wanting to do some more things like that. So I think Kana might be the first one. If not, we'll find something else, right? But like I said, if you like this video, leave a like, comment. If you like the music in this video, most of it's going to be from my upcoming album coming out April 21st, Dazed and Confused. You should be able to see the cover art here. This is a really unique concept album that I've been working on for a while. And if you're really into music like that, like different styles of music, not just rap, if you're into like Frank Sinatra, if you're into old stuff, if you're into pop, if you're into rap, if you're into sad stuff, if you're into upbeat stuff, I got everything for you on this album. So if you like hearing different sounds, different styles, every single song, you're gonna love it. I'll put a little teaser trailer here at the end, but if you're not really into that music, I'll see you here. And if you're into it, here's the trailer. So peace.
How'd I fall down that well? I don't need to grade, I'm fine with being well. How'd I fall down that well?